One reckless moment at UFC 321 left champion Tom Aspinall facing emergency eye surgery. The entire heavyweight division is paralyzed, with no timeline for his return, and title chaos is looming. As backup fighters scramble for six-figure incentives, and Dana White cuts multiple athletes before 2026. What ripple effect will this medical crisis have on the UFC power structure? The story is about to get messy. Tom Aspinall's world changed in a single round at UFC 321. Two eye pokes from Cyril Gane forced the heavyweight champion out of the fight, and the aftermath has only grown more serious. Days later, Aspinall posted a medical letter to Instagram confirming a diagnosis that stunned both fans and fighters: bilateral traumatic Brown syndrome. The letter, signed by his treating ophthalmologist, describes significant disruption to the superior oblique tendon trochlear complex in both eyes, an injury that leaves him battling double vision, pain, and a marked restriction in eye movement. The clinical language is blunt: persistent diplopia, blurred vision, and photophobia, all directly tied to the fight in October. Aspinall hasn't held back his frustration. In a public message, he wrote, "I'm not medically cleared to fight and about to have surgery thanks to your disgusting fingernails." The swipe at Gaines' corner is as raw as the diagnosis itself. Surgery is now confirmed, with Aspinall's team and his doctors opting for a procedure to repair the damage that conservative treatment couldn't fix. There is no return date, no promise of a quick comeback, just the reality that the heavyweight belt sits in limbo and the division's future is uncertain. For now, Aspinall's only focus is restoring his vision and following the advice of his medical team, leaving the UFC and its fans to wonder how long the wait will last. Standby fighters have become one of the most important insurance policies for the UFC in the post-pandemic era. Every major card now features at least one backup contender ready to step in at a moment's notice if a headliner is forced out. The incentives have changed dramatically. Standby pay ranges from $50,000 up to $100,000, even if the fighter never sets foot in the cage. That bonus comes with strict requirements. Backups must report to the host city 2 weeks before the event, complete daily weight checks, and stay within 10% of their contracted limit at all times. The UFC tracks every weigh-in and logs each meal to avoid last-minute surprises. For fighters who have missed weight in the past, this protocol is a second chance to rebuild trust with the promotion. Redemption stories often begin in Las Vegas, where disciplined camps and round-the-clock monitoring put pressure on every detail. The backup's job is anything but easy. Full training camps, media obligations, and the constant possibility of activation if an injury or illness strikes the main event. Sometimes the call comes just hours before the walkout. For the UFC, these procedures keep the card alive and the pay-per-view on track, even when chaos hits. For the fighters, it is a high-stakes audition, one that pays, but only if they are ready to seize the moment at a second's notice. Dana White stirred up a debate with his latest title plan, saying the winner between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett will be next in line to face Ilia Topuria for the lightweight crown. That promise has fans split. On one side, business logic favors headline names and pay-per-view hype, even if it means skipping over top contenders. On the other side, analysts like Chael Sonnen say the UFC should stick to the rankings. They point out that champions are usually expected to defend within 9 to 12 months, and that interim belts or stripping a champion only come into play if a champion is inactive without a medical reason. The question now, should the UFC reward star power, or should the rankings decide who gets the next shot? Fight fans barely have time to catch their breath before the next wave of matchups lands. Sportaran's Vahe Hakobian broke the news. Kayla Harrison faces Amanda Nunes at UFC 324, a bout with legacy on the line, as Nunes returns from retirement. Sean O'Malley is set to collide with Song Yadong, both eyeing redemption and a fast track back to bantamweight title contention. Arnold Allen takes on Gene Silver in a featherweight clash that could launch Silver's hype train or reset Allen's run. 3 fights, 3 divisions, and everyone with real stakes. This card is loaded from top to bottom. 6 fighters have been released from the UFC roster in the final weeks of 2025, each with a clear track record at the top level. Ricardo Ramos exits with a 7-4 record in the UFC. Vyacheslav Borshev, known to fans as Slava Klaus, leaves with 3 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. Marcin Prachnio departs after going 4 wins and 6 losses. Lukasz Brzeski leaves after going 0 wins and 3 losses. Yusaku Kinoshita exits with 0 wins and 2 losses. Marek Bujlo was released after just 1 UFC appearance. These cuts come as the promotion tightens its payroll ahead of the Paramount Plus broadcast era. For those following legal news, a recent commission statement clarified that parole eligibility, such as the date advanced to February 2026 for one high-profile case, means only a chance to appear before the board and not automatic release. The distinction matters, especially with so many fighters facing uncertain futures. Every release and injury reshapes the future of the UFC, sometimes overnight. As new faces fight for a spot, the only certainty is change. Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned.